Hi, Dawn Stensland Mendte. Welcome to the home of a $1 million mom, and meet the author and filmmaker who's honoring her.
My mother was priceless, so my $1 million mom. The other is the cost of caring for somebody with Alzheimer's can cost $1 million.
Ross Schriftman says his mother Shirley was an ordinary person who lived an extraordinary life. This devoted son hopes his mother's legacy of love lives on through his book and upcoming film.
It always reminds me of a saying that Mother Teresa had, which is, there's no great things we do, only small things with great love. And that's kind of the way I've tried to live my life in memory of my mom, because she was my greatest inspiration.
The Schriftman family story centers around this mint green Maple Glen, Pennsylvania home where the family moved in the summer of '64. More than half a century later, the walls of this home talk of the happy times here for Ross, his 3 brothers, and parents. His mother Shirley was his role model, inspiring this successful insurance agent to be active in local politics and animal advocacy.
Good girl, good girl. Here you go.
Shirley Schriftman adopted animals left homeless by Hurricane Katrina and named this rescue dog Happy Girl.
She's a survivor of the Hurricane Katrina. They're the gifts that she left behind.
But a role reversal happened in this home when Shirley was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. The devoted son became her primary caregiver.
There's joy in caring for somebody with Alzheimer's because it is very difficult, it is very stressful, it's expensive. But there's those moments when they say something funny or they remember something from their past, and it just comes out so beautiful.
Since his mother's funeral, Ross has not yet been able to change his mother's bedroom. From her cozy paisley comforter to the framed pictures she cherished, even the small blackboard that helped her remember names remains on her dresser. Ross told me he's turning his book into a film to raise awareness and research funds for the disease that claimed his mother, along with 1 in 3 seniors. A nonprofit, Filmmakers Collaborative, just announced it's sponsoring Schriftman's film project in hopes of empowering 5.4 million Americans who are living with Alzheimer's. Ross hopes his website, mymilliondollarmom.com, helps caregivers know they're not alone.
What it's like to care for somebody, and number 2, that we don't have a cure yet. Not yet, but we're getting there.
And now that his work has been chosen for the Filmmakers Collaborative, Schriftman told me he hopes to get lights, camera, action rolling by the spring of 2017. Reporting for Another Thing, Dawn Stensland Mendte. Up next, Larry's commentary.
If you've been watching my commentaries, you know I haven't always been the biggest Donald Trump fan. But now, he is the president. And unlike a crazy few, yes, I'm looking at you, Madonna, I'm more than willing to give him a chance. He doesn't make it easy, though, because for some reason he's not able to check his ego at the White House door. His vanity mantra is a loud and instant, "Mine is bigger than yours," when it comes to his wealth.
I'm much richer than almost anybody.
When it comes to the wall he plans to build at the Mexican border.
A big, beautiful, powerful wall.
When it comes to his hands.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands?
And when it comes to his other parts.
If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it.
His hypersensitivity was entertaining when he was running for president, but now that he is president, I was hoping that he could rise above the inconsequential. So far, he hasn't been able to do that. He was upset that on Inauguration Day, the media pointed out that the crowd for his speech was smaller than Obama's. And so the next day, in front of a sacred wall that has stars for every CIA agent who lost their lives for this country, he couldn't help himself.
But we had a massive field of people. You saw that. Packed. I get up this morning, I turn on one of the networks, and they show an empty field. I said, wait a minute. I made a speech. I looked out. The field was It looked like a million and a half people. They showed a field where there were practically nobody standing there. And they said Donald Trump did not draw well.
And that wasn't the end of it. Later, he sent out his over-caffeinated and rabid press secretary in an ill-fitting suit, Sean Spicer, to chastise the media for allegedly being inaccurate.
These attempts to lessen the enthusiasm of the inauguration are shameful and wrong.
I don't know about shameful, but it definitely wasn't wrong. Take a look at these photos of President Obama's inauguration and Donald Trump's inauguration. It's pretty clear that Obama's is bigger. But the even bigger point is, it doesn't matter. Donald Trump will also point out that he got bigger TV ratings than President Obama did. Again, it doesn't matter. He's president now. He needs to rise above this small stuff, but he can't. For instance, Donald Trump still obsesses over the fact that he lost the popular vote to Hillary Clinton. He won the election. He got over 300 electoral votes, and if you break it down by counties, it's even more of a landslide. But he can't let it go that Hillary Clinton got more actual votes. And in a meeting with congressional leaders, he told them that he only lost the popular vote because 3 to 5 million people voted illegally. Now, there's absolutely no evidence of that, and the media jumped all over it. Trump responded to the criticism with these two tweets calling for a major investigation into voter fraud, seemingly to prove himself correct. Now, an investigation into voter fraud might be a good thing. The motive is not. Now, Donald Trump claims he wants to avoid wasting taxpayers' money. But if he's going to spend millions of dollars on an investigation every time he needs to win an argument, every time he needs to prove that one of his claims are true, we may go bankrupt. Now, to be fair, Donald Trump did some great things this week, including sitting down with business leaders and union leaders in an attempt to create jobs. But all of that gets lost in his vanity quest to react to every slight, no matter how insignificant. If Donald Trump truly wants to prove that he's bigger, then he needs to become bigger than the man he was and become the president we need. I'm Larry Mendte. Talk to you again next week.